Hello everyone. This is the fourth part of chapter 3 current electricity. In this part we are going to discuss series and parallel combination of resistors, electrical energy and electric power. Resistances in series. If two or more resistances are joined end to end in succession, then combination is called series combination of resistances. Let us consider three resistances R1, R2 and R3 are connected in series as shown in figure. See this figure? There are three resistances R1, R2 and R3 which are connected in series with a source of voltage V. Suppose current I is flowing in all the resistances. In series combination, same current flows through all the components in the circuit. Here, net voltage V is divided into three parts V1, V2 and V3 according to the value of resistances. Here V1 is the voltage drop across R1, V2 is the voltage drop across R2 and V3 is the voltage drop across R3. According to Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. Here V is the net voltage applied, I is the current flowing through all the resistances and RS is the net resistance of series combination. So V1 is equal to IR1, V2 is equal to IR2 and V3 is equal to IR3 as same current flows through all the resistances. And from figure it is clear that V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now put the values of V, V1, V2, V3 in this equation. So IRS is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Take I common and cancel. Then we will get RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So equivalent resistance Rs of series combination is equal to sum of individual resistances. Important points regarding resistances in series. Same current flows through various components in a series combination. In series combination, same current flows through all the components which are connected in series. Second point, potential difference across each component is different if they have different value of resistances. Potential drop across R1 is given by V1 is equal to IR1, V2 is equal to IR2, V3 is equal to IR3. As current is same in all these three cases, and if R1, R2, R3 are different, then V1, V2, V3 will be different. And if R1, R2, R3 are same, then V1, V2, V3 will be same. As I is same for all V1, V2 and V3, so potential difference or potential drop across each component depends upon value of resistances. Third point, potential difference or potential drop across each component is same if they have same value of resistances. It means V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3 if R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3. As we know that current is same in all these three cases. Next point, net resistance in series combination is equal to sum of individual resistances. Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus so on. Let us take one example. If R1 is equal to 2 ohm, R2 is equal to 4 ohm and R3 is equal to 6 ohm, then net resistance in series combination is equal to 2 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to 12 ohm. It shows that the greatest resistance out of these three, 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 6 ohm, is 6 ohm and net result of the combination is 12 ohm. It means resultant resistance is greater than the greatest component in the series. It means By this method, we can increase the resistance in a circuit. Now, parallel combination of resistances. When one end of two or more resistances are connected at one point and other ends are connected at other point, then combination is called parallel combination of resistances. See this diagram. Here there are three resistances R1, R2 and R3. One end of R1, R2 and R3 is connected at point A and other ends of R1, R2, R3 are connected at end B. It means these three resistances are connected in parallel combination. As all the resistances have one end at A and other end at B, so potential drop across all these three resistances will be same. And I is the total current drawn from the source, which is further divided into three parts, I1, I2, I3, according to the value of resistances R1, R2 and R3. In this circuit, I is the current drawn from the battery of voltage V, which is further divided into three parts. So from this figure, we can say that net current I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, I is equal to V upon R, and V is same for all three resistances. So I1 is equal to V upon R1, I2 is equal to V upon R2 and I3 is equal to V upon R3. Put all these four values in above equation. So V upon R is equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. Take V common and cancel. We will get 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3, where Rp is the net resistance of parallel combination. Hence, reciprocal of equivalent resistance is equal to sum of reciprocals of individual resistances in parallel. 1 upon Rp means reciprocal of equivalent resistance is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3, sum of reciprocals of individual resistances in parallel. Some important points regarding resistances in parallel. From this diagram, it is clear that we have already discussed one end of R1, R2 and R3 is connected at point A and other end of R1, R2 and R3 is connected at end B, and A is connected with positive terminal of the battery and end B is connected with negative terminal of the battery, same battery. So potential difference across R1, R2 and R3 will be same. It is written potential difference across each component in parallel combination is same because various components are joined between same 2 points. Different currents may flow through each component if they have different resistances. We know that I is equal to V upon R, and in parallel combination V is same for all resistances, and if value of R1, R2 and R3 are different, they are not equal, then I1, I2 and I3 will be different. They will not be equal because I is equal to V upon R. The V is same for all. Value of current depends upon resistance. If resistance is not equal, then current will be different. Let us take one example. If voltage applied is 20 volt, R1 is 5 ohm, R2 is 10 ohm and R3 is 20 ohm. Value of three resistances are given and voltage applied is given. Then I1 is equal to, we know the formula, V upon R1. So V is 20 volt and R1 is 5 ohm. So I1 is equal to 20 upon 5 is equal to 4 ampere. I2 is equal to 20 upon 10 is equal to 2 ampere, and I3 is equal to 20 upon 20 is equal to 1 ampere. And this parallel combination, we can calculate the net resistance. 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 20. Take LCM, LCM will be 20 and solve. Then we will get 1 upon Rp is equal to 7 upon 20. So Rp is equal to 20 upon 7 and then solve, we will get 2.86 ohm. So it is clear that net resistance in parallel combination is 2.86 ohm, and out of these three resistances which are connected, 5 ohm is the minimum value. It means net resistances in parallel will be less than the least value of the resistances. Here net current drawn from the source I is equal to net voltage applied upon net resistance. So net voltage applied is 20 and net resistance in parallel combination is 20 by 7. On solving, we will get current drawn from the source is 7 ampere. And from the above calculations, I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Add these three values, 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is also equal to 7 ampere. Hence it is verified. In both the ways, current drawn is same. Third point, same current may flow through each component if they have same resistances. If all the resistances have same value, then same current will flow through them, because voltage applied will be same across all components because they are connected in parallel. As potential across each component is same in parallel combination, so if resistance is same, then current will be same. I is equal to V upon R. We know that V is same for all. If R is same, then I will be same. This method is used to decrease resistance between 2 points. Resultant resistance Rp is less than the value which is the least in the components. Let us take one example. If there are three resistances of 2 ohm, 4 ohm and 8 ohm are connected in parallel, then resultant resistance of this combination will be less than 2 ohm, which is the least one among these three resistances. Let us do it practically. 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. Take LCM, LCM is 8, then solve. Then we will get 1 upon Rp is equal to 7 by 8. Rp is equal to 8 by 7, that is 1.14 ohm. And minimum value among these three resistances is 2 ohm. And net resultant of parallel combination is 1.14 ohm. It means net resultant is less than the least value of resistances. 1.14 ohm is less than 2 ohm. If there are two resistances R1 and R2 which are connected in parallel, then their net resultant Rp is equal to, in simply you can say, product of the resistances divided by sum of the resistances. Rp is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. If R1 is equal to 5 ohm and R2 is equal to 10 ohm, then Rp will be their product 5 into 10 50 and sum 5 plus 10 15, then Rp will be equal to 50 by 15. See, Rp is equal to 5 into 10 and divided by 5 plus 10, 50 by 15, and result will be 3.33 ohm. There are only two resistances, one is 5 ohm and other is 10 ohm. The minimum value is 5 ohm and result will be less than that, that is 3.3 ohm resistance. it 3.3 ohm is less than the least value 5 ohm. If R1 is equal to R2 is equal to 10 ohm, both resistances have same value, then net result of parallel combination will be 5 ohm. If there are n resistors each having same resistance R ohm are connected in parallel, then equivalent resistance of this combination will be Rp is equal to R by N. By this way you can find that directly without any much calculation. Let us suppose there are 10 resistances which are connected in parallel and each resistance have value of 10 ohm. All are equal. Then answer will be 10 by 10, that is 1 ohm. Next topic is electric energy. The total work done or energy supplied by source of EMF to maintain the electric current in the circuit for a given time is called electric energy consumed in the circuit. When current flows through a circuit and source of EMF has to do some work to maintain the current in that circuit, that work done is equivalent to electric energy. If Q is the charge passing through a conductor in time t, when a potential difference V is set up across two ends of the conductor, then work done is given by W is equal to VQ, and we know that Q is equal to IT, so work done will be equal to VIT. This work done is equal to energy dissipated in the electric circuit. Work done W is equal to VIT or VQ. So electric energy is equal to electric power into time, because electric power is VI and formula of electric energy or work done is VIT. So its formula will be electric energy is equal to electric power into time. E or W. E stands for electric energy and W stands for work, is equal to P power into time t. SI unit of electric energy is joule. Other practical units are watt hour or kilowatt hour, kWh. This is the very much practical unit which we are using, kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt and 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joule or watt second. The unit kWh, kilowatt hour, is also called Board of Trade Units, BOT. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit of electricity consumed. Just see the electric meters at your home and this word kWh is written there. And whatever we discuss at home, how much electricity is consumed in 1 month, we count it into units. We call it unit. How much units are consumed? So 1 unit means 1 kilowatt hour, means 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joule. Thermal energy produced in a resistor. Suppose a charge Q flows in a circuit in time t having current I. There is an electric circuit and current is flowing through that circuit. In time t, charge Q flows through the circuit. When this charge moves through a resistor of resistance R, then electric potential energy decreases due to potential drop through the resistor. when current flows through a resistor, potential is dropped. Due to that potential drop, electric potential energy will be decreased. That decrease in potential energy is given by U is equal to VQ, and we know that V is equal to IR and Q is equal to IT. So VQ is equal to I square RT. This is that decrease in potential energy. This loss in electric potential energy appears as increased thermal energy of the resistor or heat produced in the resistor. So heat produced in the resistor is given by H is equal to I square RT. It depends upon current, it depends upon resistance, and it depends upon time. Next is electric power. The time rate of doing work by source of EMF to maintain the electric current in the circuit is called electric power. Simply you can say electric power, time rate of doing work upon time. It is denoted by, means electric power is denoted by P, that is equal to W upon T, and this is also equal to VI. How you can find VI? Just put the value of W, that is equal to VQ, and Q upon T is equal to I. So result will be VI. Put the value of V, that is equal to IR, you will get I square R or V square upon R. These all are the formulae of the electric power. Power P is equal to work upon time or VI or I square R or V square upon R. SI unit of electric power is watt, that is denoted by capital W. 1 watt is equal to 1 joule upon 1 second. So you can define electric power is said to be 1 watt if 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. This is the definition of 1 watt. Electric power. Electric power will be equal to 1 watt when work done is equal to 1 joule and time is 1 second. Other practical units of power are kilowatt or megawatt or horsepower. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. 1 megawatt is equal to 10 raised to power 6 watt. Kilo means 1000, mega means 10 raised to power 6. 1 horsepower. 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. At commercial level, in our vehicles like tractors, trucks, we calculate the power of that vehicle in terms of horsepower. Thank you. Have a nice day.